Hi, it's your girl Sophia Monet. Come in, join the room. Happy Saturday. Wake up. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Okay, let me get on the chat, you guys. So I'm still learning how to do this live thing. So let me open up the chat on my other phone here, you guys. Yes, welcome. Come on in. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. My playback of myself. Okay, there we go. So I can chat with you guys in the comment section. Okay, just in case I need to do that. But yes, here we are. Oh, okay, this ring light, honey. Hello, good morning, welcome, happy Saturday. I felt like going live today. Yes, we have new hair, honey. New hair, bitch. Bitch. But anyway, I did a poll, you guys, to see if you wanted to talk about if you wanted to see tarot readings live, if you wanted to talk about spiritual things, soulmates, twin flames, or if you just wanted to talk about anything, okay? If you're bored. So just hop on at any part of this chat. I don't care if you come in later, just hop on, okay? So it looks like the one that won was the spiritual stuff. Y'all want to talk about spiritual things or spirit in general, spiritual experiences, and then twin flames and soulmates. So yeah, let's chat. Let's get into it. Get your coffee, get your tea, get your cereal, milk, whatever you do. I did not eat, so yeah, your girl's a little hungry. But I have my coffee, so like I said, get your coffee, your tea, and come chat. I always get a little bit hot on my chat, so you know I have the fan going and the AC going. So yeah, let's talk about spiritual things. Let's just get right into it. And I will always pull cards, so you don't have to worry about that. I have a new ring light, so I hope that this is working correctly. As far as I'm trying to raise it up so there's not much glare on my glasses. Go and get your coffee. See? Yes. Get your cold brew. I see you. Go and get your cold brew. Okay. And I don't know if you can see, you guys, but I do have the Sophia Monet Tarot tank top on. My ring light's too high. Okay. Let me stand up a little bit. Sophia Monet Tarot. Okay. There we go. Yeah, the tank top. You guys, it's only 21 bucks. What you would spend at Starbucks and for your breakfast. You know, go and get your tank tops. The information is on any video that I post. It's also in the community section to click the link that leads you straight to the website, okay, for Sophia Monet apparel. So if you want to get this tank top, I have it in red. It also comes in white. We also have different tank tops as well. So spiritual things. I don't know. It's like, where do I start? Okay. For many of you who have been watching the lives or following my channel, you know that I've talked a little bit about my spiritual experiences in the past, kind of how I felt led or called to do spiritual work. I guess I can get on that. I've always been a spiritual child. I'll just start with childhood. Always been a spiritual child. And have had a lot of spiritual experiences. For me, it started with my dream life, my dream space, dream world, whatever you want to call it, and having a lot of psychic dreams, dreams of people around me, dreams of my life, my future, and I started to share those things with, you know, a few of my friends, you know, and just maybe like a few family members, not many. But yeah, it started very young. And I would say maybe about the age of like, I would say 9 or 10, I started to keep a dream journal. I think I was about 10. I started to keep a dream journal to help me to write down my dreams and try to figure out what they really meant. Yeah, I was a kid and trying to figure out, trying to do dream interpretation. And so a lot of other 10-year-olds were not into that kind of stuff, but I was. And I wanted to, try to understand what spirit was showing me because I was raised in church. So I knew about God. I knew about the Holy Spirit. I knew about Jesus Christ. That's how I was raised. Many of you were raised differently. And some of you are Christians. And that's cool. But yeah, I was raised as a Christian and very strict. So my mom, she kept us in church, me and my brothers, and kept us kind of straight laced on the straight and narrow. Everything was about church. We went to church like 4 to 5 times a week, all day, sometimes all night, sometimes. Even when we had school in the morning, my mom had work in the morning. It's like church came first. Church was a big foundational thing for our family, and not just with my mom and my brothers in the immediate family, but in my entire family. Church was just a staple thing for us. So that's kind of where my spiritual gifts really begin to be groomed. And like I said, I began to learn about God more and begin to want to like know who God was. I was like, what is God? Like, who is God? Being a little girl, I really wanted to know, like, how does God operate, or how do you talk to God? And many of you may have those questions as well, even as adults. It's like, how do you talk to God? Do you just pray, or can you just talk? But I learned very young to talk to God as a friend, like you would a friend. So the whole God and spirit thing for me as a kid, in my mind, as in a child's mind, he became like a friend. How you would have an imaginary friend as a kid. I never had an imaginary friend, but some of you have. And that's how I thought of it in my mind. Like, I would talk to myself a lot, but I would really be talking to God and asking God questions. And, I was just curious about the world, about, life and how things were created and animals and, the mind of a kid. So that's kind of how I started developing a relationship with spirit and really kind of opening myself up as a child to deeper things, deeper meanings. And that's when, around, like I said, around the age of 10, when I began to really keep a dream journal. It was a diary slash dream journal that I would keep, and I began to write dreams down and interpret them in my own little way. Um, and I remember, I'm going to touch on something kind of personal. I remember right before my father died, my dad died when I was 10 years old. So right before he died in 1996, I had a dream of a tornado in our backyard. And it looked like, the tornado looked kind of like animation. The rest of the backyard looked like real life, but the tornado looked like animation. And it was small and then it grew larger. And I was like, I felt this kind of weird feeling like something is going to be bad, or something is going to happen that is going to be big, because it went from small to big, the tornado. But it never left the backyard. You know how tornadoes, they destroy everything. Nothing was destroyed. The backyard was fine in this dream. And then I can't believe I remember this, but I do, because it was a very pivotal time in my life, actually, losing my father. And then tornadoes would usually destroy the whole neighborhood, but it did not. It stayed in the backyard. So I was like, even as a kid, I was like, okay, maybe there's something here where, it's going to happen in our house, or maybe, our house is going to have problems. That's what I was thinking as a kid. So if you kind of interpret that, as an adult, it's like, okay, something catastrophic may happen, or devastating, but you will be okay because the house was not destroyed. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I started interpreting dreams, learning to connect the dots and learning how to take symbolism. Hi. Hey, honey. I learned how to take symbolism and refer it to real life and make real life references from symbolism in my dreams. So if you're into dream interpretation, or if you want to get into that, always realize that dreams are very symbolic. And that's what I learned at 10 years old. That's what I learned, that dreams were extremely symbolic. And how do I take a symbol and refer it back to my real life? How does it apply to my real life? So that's how I began to do dream interpretation. And now I interpret everyone's dreams. People call me, girl, what does this dream mean? I had a dream about this, had a dream about that. And now I do dream interpretation all the time. And I enjoy it. Yes, I'm just saying hello to everyone on the other phone, you guys. Hello, you guys. Hi. Welcome. Yes. And we're talking about all things spiritual. Okay? To start. So, yes, you'll see me in the chat talking to you guys, okay? But yes, this is how I learned, to start doing dream interpretation. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. So yeah, if you are interested in anything spiritual, you guys, a great place to start is your dreams. Spirit speaks through dreams, because a lot of people want to know. Reach out to me if you need something interpreted. You can always email me. My email is on any video. After I post this live, then the information will be in the description box below. You can email me and we'll discuss pricing, okay? But yeah, a great place to start is with your dreams, because spirit speaks through dreams. And a lot of people ignore their dreams. Some people tell me they don't dream at all. And I'm like, you dream, you just don't remember. And so I got into this, I was probably in the 8th grade when I got into this book called Conscious Dreaming. I'm a reader. I'm a bit of a book nerd. I have a book out. If you didn't know, yes, your girl's an author. I'm a writer. I've been writing since I was a kid. Dream journals, poems, songs, whatever you need. Your girl. I've been writing for a long time because it's just self-expression. I love self-expression. And I feel like it's good to write. But yes, I'm a book nerd. And so I got into about the 8th grade into a book called Conscious Dreaming. And that book, it has some different philosophies that, at the time I didn't really understand because I was in the 8th grade. But overall, the book taught me how to be awake while you're dreaming. Let me take a sip, y'all. Get your coffee, get your tea. Don't forget. So yeah, overall, the book taught me how to be awake in my dreams. And so I started to pray. I was like, for those of you who are just joining, I was raised in church, so I believe in prayer and all of that. So I started to pray and ask God to have me be awake while I'm dreaming. Sorry, you guys. I have a neighbor upstairs. Okay. You know how that goes if you live in apartments. Okay. But so yeah, I learned how to ask God, start asking Spirit, help me to remember my dreams, help me to be awake while I'm dreaming, and help me to understand my dreams. So I literally begin to say those things out loud, pray, and ask God to guide me in my dream world, not just in waking life. Because a lot of us, we pray and we ask God, guide me, show me the way, for our career, for our, our marriages, our relationships, our friendships, you know, school, all of that. But a lot of us don't think to pray about our dream life while we're sleeping, to pray for protection while you sleep. We'll get on that later. Things that happen while you're asleep. Okay? You really need to pray over yourself before you sleep. And that's just my thing. And if you don't believe in prayer, speak over yourself, sage yourself before you sleep, okay? But we'll get into that a little bit later. So I began, like I said, to ask God to keep me, you know, involved and awakened while I'm sleeping so I know what's going on in my dreams. So I don't just have mindless sleep and, wake up and I'm like, I can't remember my dreams. I can't remember. There have been times where I literally could not remember. I would see like little bits and pieces of dreams and I would get frustrated because I knew something major happened in my dreams. But anyway, so I was talking about the tornado dream with my father. Maybe like 2 weeks later, after I had the tornado dream, of the tornado being in my backyard with my father, after that, he passed away. And so that's where I was like, oh my gosh, that dream about the tornado that was going to, the tornado went from being small to big in my dream, but it did not destroy the house. I was like, that's what it meant. My dad. And then, but right before he died, a sign came in real life. We had two birds that flew into our house. We could not get the birds out of our house. Two bird, random, so random. How many times do random birds fly into your house? Like, come on, y'all. And I'm talking about living in the city, not living out in a woodsy area or anything like that. I'm reading what someone put. I've been doing sleep meditation as well to meet up with spirit guides. Okay, I don't remember if I meet up with them or not. I need some clarity and guidance from my spirit guides. And it's yes. Okay. Yeah, please share your experiences as well. We're talking all things spiritual, because that's what you guys voted on, for the chat to be about. So, yeah, two birds flew into the house, very random. And me, my mom, and my brothers, I think it was one of my brothers trying to get the birds. Finally, the birds went out the house. Okay. So that was like an omen. And sure enough, my father passed away. And 1 year later, my grandfather passed away. Those were the two birds. I mean, just like back to back. Before I could even really grieve my father, my grandfather was dying. So it was just like, and that was from the age of 10 to the age of 11 for me. So right away, I lost two, heavy weight men in my life as a child. Your father, your grandfather is like, and I always felt like I didn't get enough time with my grandfather. Oh man, I love my grandfather, love my dad as well. But I just didn't know my dad as well as I knew my grandfather because my dad had multiple sclerosis, MS for short. If some of you are familiar with MS, that's what my dad had. And so I never heard his speaking voice. I've never heard him talk or anything. And he was pretty sick from the time I was born to the time I was 10 years old when he passed. So that those were signs that came in And I'm just reminding you guys, when I was 10, that's when I got a dream journal slash diary. And that's when I really began to record and write down my dreams, because I began to realize spirit really speaks through dreams and can give you warnings, can confirm things for you, can show you things about yourself that you need to fix or work on. You guys, spirit has shown me so much. I mean, it gets overwhelming. It gets overwhelming. I tell a lot of people my dreams are so intense at times where I start talking in my sleep, or I'm grabbing something or somebody, if I've had somebody laying next to me, I may grab them. I'm like, that's how my dreams are. They're so intense. But the more you open yourself up to spirit, the more dreams you'll begin to have, the more spiritual things you'll begin to experience. Okay, not just with dreams, but in general, the more spiritual things you'll begin to experience. Um, yeah, you guys, I get hot. I get hot when I'm doing a live. I have my fans on, AC on, but I still get warm. Okay, and all this hair, honey, it's this hair, darling. Okay, I'm silly too. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, I'm very silly. And so yeah, make sure I'm staying dry here. But yeah, so you'll start to see and experience more spiritual things the more you're open to it. Not everyone is open to spiritual things, and a lot of people become afraid. A lot of people become scared of spiritual things, and they tend to shy away from spiritual experiences. That's good, being awake in the dream state. Yes. Needing to be awake in the dream state. Yes. Asking spirit to awaken you while you're asleep so that you remember certain things, that you remember certain names or colors or smells, numbers. Numbers are very important in your dream world, okay? Remembering, just even if you remember a little bit of a conversation that you have in a dream, try to write that conversation down and try to interpret what that means in your waking life. How does that apply to my waking life when you have, a conversation in a dream? You know, and usually spirit is trying to get you to see something about yourself or something about someone else that's needing help in some type of area in their life. So yeah, I was I believe I was about 13 when my spiritual life like jumped. It went to another level when I became 13. And that's when I really began to try to share dreams with people and share spiritual things that I was seeing. Your girl is very psychic. Okay. I have a psychic mind, call it intuition, whatever you want to call it, a sixth sense, you know, a third eye, people call it many different things, but it took me a long time to say those words. I am psychic. Um, I am not a psychic medium, okay? There's a difference. Psychic mediums are the go between of the here and now world and the afterlife, okay? So, no, I am not a medium. People are like, oh, do you speak to the dead? Absolutely not. Okay? There's nothing wrong with the people who do that. I'm not saying that I'm just saying I do not do any conjuring or anything like that. I would rather the dead, rest, and I would rather not disturb, because I have dealt with enough disturbing things, and I continue to deal with disturbing things in the spirit realm that are not human spirits. Okay, all right. So But yeah, I I was 13 and things kind of jumped, and like I said, my spiritual life went to the next level of me kind of accepting my gifts even more. And a lot of it came through my roots in church, my roots in Christianity, like I said at the beginning of the video if you're just joining. So my roots were in church, roots in Christianity. And oh, you said it's at 1:11 on the clock. I was looking. See, I'm in California and it's 9:12 over here. We are early, honey. Oh, you made 11:11. Okay. 11:11. Okay. Oh, that's Texas time. I'm from Texas, so yeah, Texas is 2 hours difference from California. But yeah, I began to realize, okay, I have these abilities, and how do I cultivate this? Like, because there will be times where I was like, a person could walk by me and I would be like that person would have an aura or an energy about them that I could feel, whether that's good, whether that's bad. And I've shared this on another live before. I could look at someone's picture and, see certain things and, just get a feeling about a person, or I could know what that person was going through. These are a lot of things that I did not share with my family. I just, you know, I don't know why. Some people ask like, why didn't you share that with your family, or I didn't. I think my family knew that I was spiritual. We all were spiritual. We all still are. My family is very spiritual, very religious people. But I kept a lot of things to myself because I was afraid to be weird or odd. And like I said, a lot of people see spiritual things as taboo. And especially, I realized very young that I was going from Christianity into deeper spiritual things that were not being taught in church. They were not being taught in church. We were being taught in church the Bible, holiness, wear your skirt down to the floor, okay? You can't wear red lipstick or you're a whore, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I told you I'm silly. That's what we were being taught, the blood of Jesus and Jesus Christ. Hallelujah! That's what we were being taught. Deliverance, holiness, what to do, what not to do, it was so many rules on us. My mom was always in skirts and dresses. I was always in skirts and dresses, I could only wear uniform pants when I went to school. So I realized that what spirit was teaching me, what I was learning from the spirit realm, was touching on things that were way deeper than what the church was teaching. And so I kind of felt like, well, if I say something, then, who's going to really believe me? So I kept a lot of spiritual things, like I said, to myself. I shared them with my cousin. She's passed away. She passed away in 2013. But I would share those things with her. She was a Pisces, so she understood as well. Uh, Very spiritual person. But yeah, I would share those things with my cousin. And that's when I was like, okay, my gifts are growing, and let me continue to write these things down. You guys, if you are experiencing spiritual things, write them down. I know a lot of people don't like to write. Okay, so if you don't want to actually write with a pen and paper or in a journal, then text it to yourself. I know all phones have some type of notebook or audio notes or something like that. Record it, speak it, just have some type of record of what you're experiencing, because this is what helped me. I'm just sharing what helped me, was to keep a dream journal. And so if you don't want to write in a journal, you feel like that's old school or boring or something like that, then, make sure that you are recording it, through a voice message or something. DM yourself, do something to keep your dreams recorded, or spiritual experiences in general. Keep them recorded if you see stuff. So now, when I this was a big shift. I had a lot of spiritual experiences with what I was seeing, right? But this big shift is kind of what changed my life, okay? So, when I was 18 years old, I was in an apartment, and I'm taking a sip, y'all. I was in an apartment, and I was sleeping. And yeah, it had to be maybe like 1 or 2 in the morning. And the TV, I have fell asleep to something. I don't know what I was watching. I don't remember. But I know back then I used to fall asleep with the TV on all the time. So I wake up, and the TV, I'm like barely opening my eyes, and it's like white noise on the TV. Now we know that used to happen on like old TVs, right? This TV, it wasn't that old. I mean, well, I was 18. It wasn't a flat screen. It was just a regular TV, but it wasn't like them old TVs, but it had white noise, and I automatically went into alert mode when I saw that. So I was like, okay, what's going on? And all of a sudden, my covers began to raise up like that. Yes, my covers began to raise up, and as if a person was underneath my covers. And this thing, whatever it was, honey, this thing jumped toward my neck and started choking the shit out of me. Okay? So this was happening when I was 18. And this experience changed my life. That was like one of the biggest moments. I had seen demonic things before as a kid, but in different ways. It would be things that came to me like in faces and stuff like that. But this was something that actually put its hands on me, and or whatever, claws, whatever. Because I didn't physically feel hands. I felt pressure on my neck, but it was choking me. I couldn't breathe. And so that's when I realized, I said, okay, the more your gifts increase, remember this, the more your gifts increase, the more you need to protect yourself. Remember, the more your gifts increase spiritually, the more you need to protect yourself spiritually. That's something that I wish I had known. Okay? So I'm letting you know now. I was in a place where I did not know how to protect myself spiritually. I knew about spiritual things. At that point at 18, I knew a lot about spiritual things. But this was going to another level where I was like, oh, okay. There's another side that actually wants to hurt, to harm. And so I began to say, okay, I need to protect myself. So I had mentioned it before, and I said I was going to get on it later, and this is the later. So I began to learn to not only ask God to keep me awake in my dreams, but then to ask Spirit to protect me in my dreams. That's a prayer that I pray even to this day. Lord, protect me even in my dreams. Spirit, guide me even in my dreams. I need you, to guide me, protect me while I'm sleeping. Protect my physical body while I am sleeping this way. While I'm sleeping, protect me. Um, because from 18 till now, your girl has been attacked with everything you can think of while I've been asleep. Spirits, especially evil spirits, and they don't just have to be human spirits, demonic entities, witches, warlocks, those are human spirits, people who astral project to come and attack you. That's a whole nother subject. But they tend to come while you're sleeping. Why? Because the dream state, sleep state is a person's most vulnerable time. If you think about it, while you're awake, you may get caught off guard by some things, but you're awake and you can easily run and hide or run to defend yourself or something like that. But if you're in a deep sleep, you're pretty vulnerable. Do you see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they're such deep sleepers, they can't even hear an intruder coming in, let alone something that doesn't walk, something that floats. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I am trying to help educate you on the things I've been through and, share with you guys, what I've learned in the spirit realm or being a spiritual person. So yeah, I learned in that moment, being 18 years old, with that thing putting pressure on my neck, trying to choke the life out of me. And I was kicking and everything, like it was a real person trying to kill me. I was fighting for my life. And all I could do, literally, the only thing I could do, which was what I was trained to do as a child, was say Jesus. That's all I could do. I couldn't think of no eloquently put prayer. I couldn't remember a Bible verse. I couldn't think to grab a cross. All I could say was Jesus. And honey, that thing got off of me in probably less than 2 seconds. The cover dropped down and that thing was gone. That's all I knew. Is that when I said Jesus, that thing was gone and it was off of me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Looking gorgeous. Thank you so much, honey. Oh, and don't mind me saying honey. I know a lot of people don't like when people say sugar, honey. I'm from Texas, so it's a bit of a habit. So I don't mean to offend anyone. But yeah, it's at that moment I was just like, this is what works, and that is what I'm using every time. So, like I said, from the age of 18 till now. Oh, okay, thank you. So from that age to now, I have always protected myself by praying over myself before I go to sleep. And even sometimes in the middle of the night when I wake up, I'm like, the blood of Jesus cover me. Jesus cover me. And then I'll go back to sleep. Because, like I said, a lot of things will happen to you guys. The more spiritual you get, a lot of things will happen to you while you're sleeping. So if that 18-year-old experience wasn't enough, when I was about, and some of my friends may remember this, when I would say when I was about 20, I had to be about 24. And stuff happened in between them, but I'm just sharing with you guys some of the most scariest moments of my life where I thought I was going to die. I was about 24 and I was in Dallas. And I was in a hotel room. And hotels, you guys, I don't know about y'all, but because I'm a very spiritual person, hotels, oh, I mean, yes, I do see you saying that. I love that you're a Christian tarot. My fundamentals are Christianity. That's what I was born in. I'm a very spiritual person. I do not follow all the religious things of Christianity. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend. Okay. But those are my fundamentals. I was raised in Christianity. Yeah. So I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus and Jesus Christ, the blood of Jesus, all of that. Absolutely. So I would, for me, hotels are like, I walk into a hotel and I feel the energy of years of people who have, I mean, just think about hotels and all of the residual energy that's in a hotel room. If you're a spiritual person, like your skin may crawl when you think about all the residual energy of thousands of people who have laid in that bed or who have been in and out of that room and what these people have done in that room. You never know what people do in a hotel room, right? So every time I go to a hotel, I always get a little bit of anxiety. Every time. Never fails. So I was in this hotel room in Dallas when I was about 24, and it was time to go to sleep, and I was having trouble sleeping. I noticed right away I was having trouble sleeping. I couldn't rest. I kept tossing this way, turning that way, and I was just feeling like real uneasy. That's a good word. Uneasy. So I noticed that, okay, I'm not able to sleep. So let me start praying. I was like, let me pray over myself. So I prayed over myself, all of that. Long story short, it was about 4, it was probably like 3 or 4 a.m. And I felt my body turn over. So I feel my body turn over, but my eyes are still closed. And I look at the foot of the bed, and you may not believe me, but honey, there was about an 8-foot tall, maybe 7 foot. I don't know how tall the ceilings are in a hotel room, but this thing was almost close to the ceiling. This thing was tall, and I would put it at maybe like 7.5 foot, 8 foot tall. It was in a robe, like a priest robe, like that you would see maybe in a Catholic church. It was in a priest robe. It had the body of a man, but had the head of a bull. And y'all, I'm getting chills while I'm talking about it, because if I tell you this was one of my scariest experiences ever, I still think about that. I thought about it like maybe 2 months ago, and I was like, ooh, I still get chills from that moment. This thing, I could see the room was dark because it was nighttime. It was time to go to bed, or I had tried to sleep, and I could see the gold ring that's in a bull's nose. I could see what do you call this? A scepter ring or something like that. I don't know. It's something like that. But I could see the gold ring in its nose. This thing had on like a big gold chain thing around its neck. It looked ancient. Something I have not, like something from ancient Egypt, or it was something like that. It was not your regular jewelry. It was like a plated gold thing. And I could see the horns coming out of the head. And without speaking, this thing spoke to me without moving its mouth. And it told me to get out of the bed. Y'all, I knew that if I got out of the bed, my life was over. I knew I would be gone. I had so much fear in that moment, and I had to remember the things that I have been taught and what I have been trained to do, honey. Remember who you are. When you are faced with demonic things, spiritual things that are evil, I had to remember who I was. I am a child of God, and I know I cannot defeat you, but God can. And in that moment, even though I was shaking, I had so much fear, I began to pray against that thing right there. And it was not moving. This thing was not moving. And I began to pray against that thing, call on the name of Jesus. And finally, after I would say about 5 minutes, and you may think that's a short time, but when you are scared and a thing like that is standing at the foot of your bed for about 5 minutes, after praying, that thing vanished. I mean, it's like it got sucked backwards. So it's like it went back into a portal or something. That's how it looked. Oh wow. And that's what I'm saying. Some of my friends who watch later, some of them may remember that experience. But when everyone woke up the next morning, I shared that, and one of my friends was like, "I heard you saying something while you were asleep." And I was like, "I was not asleep." I said I was laying down with my eyes open, looking at this thing at the foot of the bed, and I was praying. That's what you heard. So yeah, you guys, remember to pray over yourselves. Remember that I've had you on for a while, but remember that when your spiritual gifts increase, the more your spiritual gifts increase, the more you'll have to protect yourself spiritually. And I learned those lessons the hard way by seeing very demonic things and learning that I have to pray over myself before I sleep and ask God to protect me even in my dreams. Okay? Now, before I close out the live, I do want to talk about soulmates and twin flames because that was something that you guys voted on. So, with soulmates, I just want to share with you guys that not all people know this, but some do. That soulmates come in all different forms. You can be a soulmate with your parent or your parents. You can be a soulmate with your kids that you have. And you can have soulmates in your friendship circle, your soul tribe, soulmates with a best friend. Soulmates are not just your significant other or someone that you feel romantically drawn to. Okay? So soulmates come in different forms. Now, when you talk about romantic soulmates, that is someone who you feel an instant connection with, someone who you feel like is a kindred spirit, okay? Someone who the connection is just easy. There's nothing to really like think about. There's nothing to even like figure out really, because it's almost like you two have the same mind when you think about a soulmate, or if you've ever had a soulmate experience with another person, okay, romantically. It's like instant love. You two just know how to love one another. And your lives align in such a way where things work out. Okay? So when you talk about a twin flame, that's when you get into some difficult energy. Twin flame is for lovers. Okay? When you get a twin flame, that person will have a similar lifestyle as you, or could have possibly grown up the same way as you, or maybe with the same principles as you. Even though they may be like a different culture, different race, they may have grown up with kind of the same fundamental principles. And your life will mirror that person in some type of way. when you have a twin flame situation, because it's your twin on the other side. It's your twin. And the two of you may have such a telepathic connection that you may visit each other in the 5D in your dream space a lot. But with twin flames, it triggers everything that you need to work on within yourself. So this is what makes twin flames difficult to be together in a relationship. With twin flames, it's hard to bring the relationship together because the both of you trigger things in each other that you may not want to confront or deal with or talk about or face. Okay? So in any twin flame situation, it is important that you guys take your time. If you know for sure that you're dealing with a twin flame, that you take your time, have as much patience as possible. The two of you will be in some type of separation. It'll be where, most twin flames are apart from each other. Most twin flames have some type of issue to overcome when it comes to coming together. Okay? And it may even be that their family doesn't want the two of you together. Or your family doesn't want the two of you together. So, like I said, twin flames have a lot to overcome. And that person is in your life to show you what you need to work on. So, if you say, okay, I'm ready for a relationship and all of that, and then you meet a twin flame, and that person shows you everything that you're not ready for, okay? And vice versa. They'll show you things that you still need to work on to get to the level of uncovering the soulmate connection. Yes. Septum, yeah. But once you get past the anger and the misunderstandings, the miscommunication of a twin flame, and once the two of you separately have healed as individuals, when the time is right, Spirit will allow the two of you to come back together after many ups and downs or long periods of not talking, no communication, all of that. Spirit will allow the two of you to come together after you've been healed. And then that's when you can experience that soulmate twin flame journey together as one. Okay? But it's not for the faint of heart. The twin flame journey is not for the faint of heart. A lot of people don't have the patience for it. A lot of people give up. I say, in my opinion, I say, if you feel like you're with a twin flame, go ahead and separate from that person. Give each other space and time to heal. Once you heal, that may take a year, that may take 2 years, 3 years, who knows? Okay, it will be different for everyone. But once you have allowed Spirit to work on the two of you as individuals, and now you are in a healed space, then you can come back as soulmates and really experience the truest of love together. But again, the dilemma is a lot of people don't make it to that point because they get distracted by other evil twins. They get distracted by other people who are not for them, which would, many of you would hear a tarot reader say a karmic partner, a karmic relationship. Oh, they're with a karmic, okay? And yes, a karmic can be bad, but a karmic can also be good to teach you things in your life, okay? Karmics come to teach you a lesson as well, because karmics are a karmic cycle. So if you feel like, oh, we're twin flames, but that person is with someone else, they may be going through hell with that person, so that person can teach them something, okay? They'll teach each other some things. So it takes a lot of patience, you guys, when you're dealing with twin flame situations. It can be very, very difficult. Once again, just kind of reiterating. And so you have to really be willing to put in the work, roll up your spiritual sleeves, and be willing to put in the work and the time. Because I always say, true love is worth fighting for. Many people have false, you know, relationships, situationships, sneaky link, and connections that don't go anywhere and all of that. All of those are time wasters and they don't challenge you to be better. If a connection is not challenging you to be better, it's probably not the person that you're supposed to be with. If you're always frustrated, angry, in this connection with someone, it's probably not the person that you're supposed to be with. But if that person is challenging you to be better or to grow, that is a person who you may have a twin flame connection with or a soulmate connection with. Okay? I think we get confused. We think that toxic relationships are twin flame connections. No. No. No, it's just toxic. Okay? And it's there to teach you some things. Maybe you're overgiving to a toxic person. Okay? Maybe you're codependent. Maybe you're trauma bonding with a toxic person. That does not mean that that is a soulmate or a twin flame. But I say when a person challenges the other person, each other, you're both challenging each other to grow or go to the next level or to be better than where you are or to, exceed wherever you are or to mature more. That person makes you want to do better in your life. That is a twin flame or a soulmate connection, you guys. Know the difference. Don't stay with people who are just toxic, codependent, full of drama and trauma bonding with you, just having sex with you to keep you stuck with them. In those trauma bonds, some people, they will even try to have a child with you to keep you stuck, stagnant, and you feel like something is missing. Every day you will feel like something is missing, feeling incomplete, feeling like, I'm not getting anywhere. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Very informative about twin flame and soulmate. Thank you. Yeah, I want to share that because I feel like a lot of people get it very wrong when they're like, "Oh, we have such a deep connection. This is my twin flame." And I'm like, "Wait a minute now. Wait a minute before you call someone a twin flame." And it's like, do you even know what twin flames are about? Because it takes a lot of work and it's work that people don't want to put in. So if someone is trying to, keep you stuck, keep you trapped, you're not fulfilled in this relationship, you're not growing, this person is not challenging you to be better than what you are, not supportive, not encouraging you, that is a bad karmic relationship and it is toxic. And those are relationships that you must cut yourselves away from, that you have to cut out of your life. Okay? When you meet someone who you feel such a deep connection with, just kind of reiterating, and that connection has struggles that are beyond your control, most likely that is a twin flame. But like I said, you have to roll up your sleeves and say, this is going to take some patience and this is going to take some work. Okay? So learn how to decipher between a bad karmic toxic situation, a twin flame, and a soulmate. Soulmates, the journey is very simple. There's that beautiful connection there, and it's like instant love, and the two of you will easily come together. With twin flames, it's like, yes, the connection is there. Yes, it's powerful. It like overwhelms you. But then you realize, okay, there's some struggles here and there's work to do. That's usually a twin flame situation. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, give me a soulmate, Lord. Oh, I just I don't want to do all that work." Regardless of any relationship that you end up with, soulmate, twin flame, relationships require work. And if you want true love is worth fighting for. So wherever you fall in a connection with someone, relationships require work. But I'm saying in a bad karmic or toxic situation or relationship, you should not keep allowing someone to put you down, keep you stuck, keep creating children with you in a trauma bond and keep degrading you and making you feel worthless or disrespecting you in such a way where you feel like you can never be anything or do anything. That is a bad karmic cycle that you need to allow spirit to close out in your life. Okay? Close out that cycle. And a lot of people, they get stuck in these things and they end up marrying these people. Okay? Who they are trauma bonded to. Oh, we've been together all these years and we have kids together, so let's just make it work. No, it will never work. Trauma bonds usually have a lot of infidelity, a lot of adultery going on, a lot of cheating. Okay? And so that's why you always feel like something is lacking, something is missing. Because that person, they're not fulfilling you and you're not being fulfilled by them at all. They're not feeling fulfilled by you either. So that's why we have a lot of relationships that don't last. Because we get with people out of trauma. We get with people because we feel low. So we're like, okay, let me date and just get with someone. Knowing good and well that that relationship is probably going to last 3 to 6 months. And be done. Okay? We keep dating and getting with just anyone. Uh-oh. Yeah, I see you. Uh-oh is right. That's what you need to say when you see that a person is toxic or you're the toxic person. Don't always think it's just them. Sometimes it's you too. And that's why couples end up cheating on each other because they're only with each other for sex. If the only time you get along with someone is when you're having sex with them, that is a toxic relationship. Unless the two of you have made some type of agreement that this is sex with no strings attached, which never happens. But if you have made an agreement with someone that this is just sex and sex alone, handle your business. But that never happens. You always get someone who thinks that there's feelings and there's a relationship developing, and it's like, we only meet up. Yes, soul tie is a major string. Yes, thank you for saying that. We only meet up to have sex. That is not a relationship. Okay? If you only talk to this person online and you have never met them, that is not a relationship. Sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all can disagree. It's not a relationship. If you've been dating a person for 6 months and you have not met their family, just shake your head with me. Uh-uh. You have to start realizing when you're a secret. Okay? I'm describing toxic relationships, you guys. Toxic things to look out for. People who you need to cut out of your life. If that person responds to you with emojis, no. Okay? If that person responds only when you're down to fuck, it's a no. Yes, customer service. That's a customer service chat. Exactly. Yeah. I'm telling you, you guys, we have to start dating smart. This is something that I've been saying this year. Dating dumb is over. Your days of dating dumb is out the window. Choose today to date smart. Okay? We're dating smart in 2022. And if you say, well, I'm connected to someone right now, I'm not sure where it's going, you should never, this is something I realized, you should never have to question where you stand with another person. If you have to question where you stand, that person is not worth your time, nor your energy, nor your body. Bloop! Ha! If you have to question where you stand with someone, they are not worth it. A true lover will never have you in the dark. If you are with a soulmate, you know how that person feels about you and they know how you feel about them. So if you're ever listening to tarot and you're just like, oh, I don't know how this person feels. Oh, I don't know if this reading is resonating with me. I'm not sure. And this and that, you guys, if someone is making you chase them, no, cut it off. All facts. Thank you, girl. Yes. If someone is putting you in a position to chase, cut it off. We have too many situations where people make people chase. And it is all mind games. Yes. Thank you. It is mind games that people play, especially with social media, you guys. If you have a social media relationship, that is fantasy. It is not based in reality. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, if you have not met this person's family, it's been 6 months. Because I would say at least 6 months, you should have met someone's family. I'm talking about a serious relationship. When someone is serious about you and you've never been around their family, but you're like, oh, I met their homegirl, their homeboy, that ain't nothing. A sneaky link can meet a friend. That's nothing. Make sure that your relationships are authentic. That people can be authentic with you. Amen? Yeah, I see you. Amen. Make sure that people can be authentic with you. Let them know up front what you want, what you desire, what you're looking for. Let them know up front. Don't wait till 6 months and a year from now. Well, I've always really wanted to be married. And all the two of you have been doing is having sex. They've already learned the bad habit of just touching you physically and not touching the heart of you. And now, a year later, you want someone to commit. When all they're used to doing is sticking it in and sticking it out. We have to date smart. If you're dating, I'm not dating nobody. Right now, I'm just like, all doors are closed, okay? All doors are closed right now. If you are dating, and some of you could be dating multiple people right now, learn how to date smart. Be honest and tell people upfront what you expect. And that way you know right away if this person is on your level, what their standards are, and what they expect. Because most people who date, sorry to bust your bubble, but most people who date are dating to sleep with someone. And most of you, you may be like, yeah, I do know that. Some of us know that, but then we all of a sudden get amnesia when that fine little something something is sitting in front of us. We get amnesia, and all of a sudden we don't know what we learned and what all the molecules and brain cells start to get shut off. Don't become enticed just by someone's looks. Looks fade, honey. I know we want to say, oh, well, there's surgeries and stuff that we can do. Looks fade. You have to love a person for who they are. So make sure someone is loving you for who you really are. Not just for what your body can do. Not just for what you can do for them financially. Make sure that the two of you are on the same page. Okay? It'll save you so much time. What you're hearing today is stuff that I wish someone had told me when I was 19 and 20 and 21. It would have saved me a lot of heartache. And I'm sure a lot of you as well. Learning to date smart will help you to know when you meet a soulmate, or when you meet a twin flame, or when you meet a bad karmic partner. Then you'll know, wait a minute, something is off about this person, or something is not right about this person. The connection feels off. Okay? So yeah, you guys, let me pull just a few cards, okay, before I go. Let me pull a few cards for your energy today, okay? Divine Spirit, Holy Spirit, show me what the collective needs to hear or know. Any advice? Let me take a sip, you guys. Thank you for all of you who have stayed on to this point. We did some spiritual work. We did some spiritual work today. So go back, watch this video once I post it. Some of you missed the beginning, so go back and watch. I talked about a lot today. Okay? Divine Spirit, Holy Spirit, what does the collective need to hear and know? What do we have? We have the Seven of Swords. Ooh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Some of you, if you need to speak your truth about anything, start speaking your truth now. Some of you, I'm hearing friendships. If you need to talk to a friend about something, be honest with your friendships, okay? Seven of Swords is like hiding communication, running from people. If there's things that you need to confront, don't be afraid to confront, okay? For some of you, I feel like Spirit is getting ready to reveal. I feel this energy coming through right now, you guys. Spirit is getting ready to reveal to some of you some sneaky behavior or malicious things that have been going on behind your back. Pay attention to what your dreams are saying, okay? Divine Spirit, Holy Spirit, what's going on with the collective? What do they need to hear and know? You see my tarot face, you guys. What does the collective need to hear and know? Give me a card for the collective. Okay, what do we have? The Page of Cups. Yeah, expressing emotion. Some of you may get an invitation. I just got that randomly. Yeah, an invitation may come through for some of you guys. You may get invited somewhere. Okay? So make sure your legs are shaved, got a haircut. You know. Oh. My little tan line here on my nose. But make sure you got all your stuff together, okay? Because you may get invited somewhere. For others of you, speaking emotions, Page of Cups, someone could say an apology, say that they're sorry for something. You may need to apologize for something. Some of you, when you get the page, your emotions are very small, okay? So not wanting to reveal a lot emotionally. A lot of you have kept things hidden, and kept things to yourself that you need to speak up about and reveal. Okay? Let's get a few more. Okay. We have the Emperor. Yes, Aries energy. Some of you, it's time to step up, be an Emperor. When I get the Emperor energy, it's a powerful card. And it is about controlling emotions as well. So again, some of you need to open up, speak what's on your mind, okay? Your voice is one of the most powerful tools you can ever use in this world. Your voice. So don't let anyone shut you up, okay? Also with the Emperor, it's time to step into the position of power in whatever form that is in your life. That could be in your career, leveling up to be the supervisor, the manager, in some managerial position. Some of you building your own businesses, becoming a homeowner. Some of you becoming a parent. The Emperor is a father figure, could be a mother figure as well. Running your own empire. Some of you, time to be brave, okay? With that Emperor energy. Let's get one more from this deck for the collective. Ooh, Two of Cups. Talking about soulmate energy here. Seeing yourself in another person, twin flame energy, Two of Cups. You want to give your cup to someone wanting to give their cup to you. Learning how to be open to love, okay? And like I said a few minutes ago, I was like, oh, I'm not dating anyone. The door is closed. It's closed right now, but that doesn't mean that I am shut off to love. I believe in love and I want love, okay? So I know that when the time is right, love will find me. So some of you need to be open to what Spirit is showing you and be open to what Spirit has for you when it comes to a love situation. And I feel like many of you are about to meet your soulmate, your divine counterpart. So for some of you, a divine masculine, when you get the Emperor, meeting a divine masculine and coming into that partnership with who you've always wanted to be with. Okay? For some of you, it's a friend. I just heard friendship with the Two of Cups. For some of you, it's a friend or someone who will come into your life who is like a best friend for you. You will have a best friend connection with this person. Yeah. Can you show me who this person may be? Let's go to the characteristics deck. Who is this person for the collective? Can you give us some signs here? Oh, it may be a sports lover. Let me hold it above my forehead. Could be a sports lover for some of you. Who is this person? Someone with large feet. Someone with large feet, okay? Male or female? Someone who is tall, okay? Well, at least we know they're proportionate, okay? What else? Someone who is caring, nurturing, loving, and giving. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have oneness, bonding, togetherness, healing, connection. That's what I was saying. Some of y'all are getting someone who is very into having a loving connection. Some of you are getting ready to meet your soulmate, okay? So be open to that. Anything else? Let me come over here. I like to pull from some different decks. These are the zodiac signs and the planets. So what energy is coming through for my collective? What's the energy coming through? Aries. Aries. Yeah, Destry, you have reminded me that Venus is in Aries right now. Yeah, so it's all about fresh starts with a new lover. Some of you meeting someone new. Some of you restarting something with someone. Having a brand new start with someone, okay? Some of you are frisky, ready to have fun, because Aries is spontaneous, fire sign energy. So a lot of you are in the energy of Aries, which is the Emperor. That is their major arcana, Aries. You could be meeting in Aries, or maybe an Aries rising, a moon sign in Aries. You may have that in your chart. I'm a North Node Aries, so that resonates with me as well. We do have Sagittarius at the bottom of the deck. Some of you dealing with the Sag or an Aries, okay? But it's fire energy. It's the energy of Mars, okay? It's war. So some of you may have a lot to handle this week, a lot to tackle, or this weekend or next week, coming into next week, you guys. So a lot of things that you need to get done or take care of. A lot of you are getting back into working out when you get the Aries energy. That Aries energy is all about like being fierce in the workplace, fierce about, completing tasks. So getting back on your diet, getting back into the gym, taking care of yourself, wanting to look good, wanting to get out and about, wanting to be seen. Okay. Get yourself a drink at the bar. Okay. You never know who you may meet. Okay. And one more from this deck for the collective. We have Capricorn's energy coming through. And Earth is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Which is an Earth sign. Capricorn is Earth. So yeah, you guys, getting serious about business, about money, making sure that you're saving your money, not overspending. Capricorn is very, very frugal. Capricorns, yes, they may have a lot of money, but Capricorns are known to be, very smart with their money. So that tells me that a lot of us need to focus on our finances, focus on getting serious about our finances, and making sure we're saving up, putting things away, thinking about retirement. That's what Capricorn is all about. Longevity and thinking about the future is Capricorn's energy. Capricorn is also the CEO of the zodiac. So make sure that you're on top of your business, handling business. If you have your own business, those of you who are watching or of you who may watch later, making sure that you're handling your business and any records or paperwork that you need to do, making sure that those things are done. Okay? What's the advice? Advice for the collective. Divine Spirit, Holy Spirit, advice for the collective. Get more information. Get more information, you guys. So, like I was just saying, make sure, even in dating, making sure that you're getting the correct information, giving the correct information about what you expect when it comes to dating, when it comes to your business, your finances. Make sure you have the right information, you guys. Romance. Get more information about this romance, okay? We have romance here, you guys. So I feel like a lot of you are in that space where you're ready to start dating, or, you're dating someone new, or, you're looking for the romance of a lifetime. You're looking for that lover who's going to be that romantic partner for you. So, be honest with yourself, be honest with others, and let people know where you stand, okay, when it comes to romance. And then we have it's up to you at the bottom of the deck there, okay? It's up to you. Whether you want this in your life or not, it's up to you. In your career, it's up to you to take your career to the next level. It's up to you to put down, or save up money for a down payment for a car. It's up to you. It's always up to you, okay? Spirit can only do so much to guide you, but you still have to put in the actions to make things come to life, to manifest things in the here and now, and not just in the ether, okay? Alrighty, you guys, I've had you on for an hour and 23 minutes, almost 24 minutes. Thank you so much for sharing your Saturday with me. Talking about all things spiritual. Remember, as I always say, go back and watch this video a second and a third time. There was a lot of information given. You may want to take notes. Hi. Yes, you can. Is there a donation list? You can give me any type of donations in the description box below this video, or any videos that you see on my channel. All you have to do is click the description box below, and you can be able to donate. You can even donate in this chat for super thanks. Just click on the heart and you can donate, you guys. Thank you so much. For those of you who have not purchased my book yet, That link is there in the community section of my channel. Just click community and you'll be able to purchase my book, Sleeping Adam. It's all about my dating experiences and things that I've learned and gone through, especially with a particular situation that I went through a couple of years ago. That book, wow, it has a lot in it. So you may want to get it, you guys. Sleeping Adam, talking about how not to awaken love before it's time. Okay, so make sure you get my book. Also, Sophia Monet Apparel. Check it out, you guys. All the links are there in the description box below and in the community section of my channel. I'm always promoting, the clothing line and the book. And I even have on a shirt right here. Yeah, Sophia Monet Tarot here. That's available on the website, you guys, for $21.99. Just $21.99. That's all. So yeah, a lot of ways to connect with me, a lot of ways to support me if you so wish. Thank you in advance for all of your purchases. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the videos, liking the videos, you guys. I just posted a lot of videos from this week, and a lot of tarot readers don't even post for the signs anymore, all 12 signs. I've noticed a lot of readers have stopped posting for all 12 signs, but I still post for all 12 signs, you guys. So I hope you're enjoying the readings. Thank you again for your support on every level. If you've watched even 1 minute of my video, I thank you, because you don't have to. And I thank you for investing in me, giving me super thanks, supporting the channel, supporting the clothing line, you guys. I am beyond grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for subscribing and taking out the time again with me on your Saturday morning. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you soon. Take care. Sending blessings, love, and light. Bye. Bye, you guys.